Yeah, g'day. This video is about the clothing that I wear while I'm on the trail, whether it's going out for a weekend's camp or just for a day walk. The first thing is my shirt. It's polypropylene thermal underwear, but it acts as a perfectly good t-shirt under most circumstances. The great thing about it is that when I'm walking on a hot day, I start to sweat, as you normally do. The polypropylene is designed to wick sweat away from your body and allow it to evaporate on the outside. This means that with the wind evaporating the water from the outside of your garment, it cools the garment down gently rather than robbing it from your skin. Whereas if you're wearing cotton, which is soaked through from sweat, when the wind evaporates the water away, it actually chills you down quite considerably. So you've been for a bit of a walk, you're sweating, you're hot, stop for a break, and that's when you notice the cold wind blowing across your kidneys, and it makes it hellishly uncomfortable. I don't get that with the polypropylene shirt. After a while of not doing strenuous exercise and not sweating, all the sweat's evaporated away, the polypropylene shirt's completely dry, whereas it takes hours and hours to dry sweat-soaked or rain-soaked cotton. And then when things chill down towards the end of the evening, you've got a thermal layer which is actually trapping layers of air, and the pile on polypropylene is designed with lots of little fibres to trap the air, hold it in close to your body, so then it starts to warm you. So you've got a shirt that is good in the heat of the sun and good when it starts getting cooler. It's a thermal stabilising layer, not a warming layer, not a cooling layer, a stabilising layer. My experience is that a polypropylene t-shirt is quite sufficient to wear in all tramping conditions from overcast to full sunlight. If it starts to rain, I take the single layer nylon wind cheater out of my day bag and put it on. That will cut any wind chill factor out, although I still get wet because the nylon is not 100% waterproof. I'm still warm because polypropylene is still quite warm even when sopping wet, just like wool is warm when wet. So with the wind chill factor taken out, I'm perfectly comfortable. I've walked for quite literally miles with my top covered with nothing but my polypropylene shirt and a nylon wind cheater. Which now brings me to my trousers. These are polyester single layer long trousers, completely unlined. They're actually what they call pants in a bag. They, like my wind cheater, fold up into a pocket quite small. I wear longs because there's a lovely little species of plant here, colloquially known as bush lawyer, because once it gets its filthy little hooks into you, it won't let go for a while, and not until it's drawn blood. The Maori call it tatara moa. Bush lawyer is a far more apt term for it. It snags into your legs, makes a hell of a mess of you. It won't. The trousers won't stop it from catching you, but it'll at least hopefully stop it from drawing blood. The great thing about the polyester trousers is because they're completely synthetic and unlined. If I wade through a stream, within about 10 minutes my legs are dry. The water just doesn't stick around. If I were wearing wool, they would remain damp for much longer. If I were wearing anything made out of cotton, such as jeans, well, I'd be looking forward to an extremely long, cold walk. And a lot of the places I go involve a number of stream crossings. Which now brings me to my feet. I start off with a layer of polypropylene socks as a wicking layer. Like my t-shirt, the polypropylene wicks water away from the skin, so if I've waded through a stream, my feet don't end up being completely saturated. The water is wicked away from the skin and prevents any discomfort or pain, cracking, and anything other associated with walking around in damp feet. Followed by a pair of merino wool and elastic and nylon combined tramping socks. Very thin ones, not the big heavy ones, because I'm already wearing a layer of polypropylene. So between those two layers I've got air trapped in my feet, I've got the water being whipped away, and I'm pretty much comfortable. Then over the top of those, my main footwear, tramping shoes. I prefer shoes to boots because for a start they're lighter, and for another they allow my ankles to flex slightly. People say, oh, you don't want flex in your ankles, you can twist an ankle or whatever. If you're twisting your ankle, you're not walking particularly carefully. Your foot should be able to flex slightly from side to side because your ankle is made to turn. Would you prevent a broken leg by putting a plaster cast on? No, it's silly. And likewise, putting a heavy all-encasing boot that gives no flex at all to your ankles, like my old tramping boots that I bought many years ago and gave up on, if you haven't got that flex, when you stand on an uneven bit of terrain and the sole of your foot tilts to the side, it's transferred up your leg, and the point of most pressure is on your knee. It actually pushes your knee out of alignment rather than just allowing your ankle to flex slightly from side to side and take up the slack. If you're walking carefully enough, wearing shoes is quite sufficient in the bush. I do know some people who wear a lighter boot and swear by it, but my personal preference is wearing the shoes, completely lightweight, and gives me more flex in my feet. And that's pretty much what I wear in the bush. Shirt, trousers, socks and shoes. Everything else that I need is in my day bag or my pack or on my survival belt. The next clip shows my survival belt in place. Right now, as you can see, wearing my belt rig, I've got a canteen in its canvas M1956 pouch, and inside there also is the Dixie. Over the side, got my 2 bush knives, and my survival pack. Around here, oops, nearly dropped it, Zippo, and next to it, pocket tool, already on my belt, ready to rock and roll. And that wraps it up for the clothes that I wear when I'm going for a camp or for a bushwalk. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and check in for more later on. Bye.